Hi Cancer, welcome back to my channel Tarot Z. I am Z and I'm going to be doing your tarot reading, finding out what are the messages for the cards that come out in this reading for you today. Thank you so much for joining and for being here for the reading. So let's begin. Let's find out what cards come through, what messages come out with the cards. So the first card we have is the Knight of Swords. It's showing up in the reverse. We have some air sign energy with this. You could be dealing with a Gemini, Libra, or even an Aquarius. We've got the Nine of Wands. And we've got the Ten of Cups. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Six of Cups. So the Six of Cups showing up here at the bottom of the deck. This does feel like a bit of a past energy kind of making a return or resurfacing within a situation. This does also feel like an energy of being in a space where I do feel like there's a sense of being in a space where there's reflection on the past as well. And I do feel like also being in a space where there could actually be a returning energy that's also bringing something from the past also to your attention. But with this Knight of Swords show up in the reverse, this does feel like an energy of someone who perhaps needs to slow down. I do feel like there's an energy of somebody wanting to take action. It's coming across as if this person is acting almost impulsively. With this Knight of Swords showing up in the reverse, this could even be them kind of being in a space where it's like they want to reach out, so they want to communicate something before they have the full information that they want to relate. I do feel like with this Knight of Swords showing up in the reverse, this does also feel like an energy of somebody who's kind of acting from a space of not wanting to experience a missed opportunity. This also feels like an energy of somebody who's reflecting on the past because they don't want to have a missed opportunity, or they may be feeling as if they had a missed opportunity, and it could be something that they may be regretting. With the Six of Cups showing up over here, because this does feel like an energy of somebody thinking back and looking at the past. I do feel like though this Nine of Wands showing up here in the middle, this does feel like an energy of being in a space where you could feel this person's kind of demanding a lot from you, or the situation is demanding a lot from you. And with this Nine of Wands showing up over here, this does feel like a pretty persistent energy. And it does feel like also as energy of not giving up. This does also feel like being close to being able to get to where you want to get to as well, especially within a situation with someone. And I do feel like as far as the journey and what you have been through, you may have been through quite a lot within a connection, or even just emotionally within a connection. And with this Nine of Wands showing up over here, this feels like an energy of being in a space where I do feel like you're trying to push through. I do feel like also when it comes to trying to be able to work with somebody, this feels like an energy of being in a space where you're holding on to faith. And I do feel like with the Nine of Wands, this feels like being close to getting to a good space with somebody as well. I do feel like with this Nine of Wands, this also feels like an energy of being in a space where it's like you are a little bit, it may be actually feeling a little bit tiring to be able to be in this connection, or to be able to be going through the emotions. But I do feel like with this Nine of Wands showing up over here, this feels like an energy of being close to being able to get to a place where you want to get to with somebody, or within a connection with someone. But I do feel like this person may also be, I do feel like there's a need for this person to be able to slow down. That may actually contribute to relieving your anxiety within a connection with them and when connecting with them. But the Ten of Cups showing up over here, this feels like a positive energy, especially within a connection, being able to reach a place where it feels stable. I do feel like also having that sense of being able to feel emotionally like you're able to experience a sense of support. So I do feel like there's a sense of a burden being shared, or a load being shared within this connection. And I feel like this connection is one with a lot of potential to be very supportive as well. I do feel like with this Six of Cups, this does feel like a pretty genuine energy as far as the emotional connection. And with the Ten of Cups showing up over here, this also feels like being able to reach a space of harmonious harmony within a connection. So I do feel like also when it comes to the person you are in connection with, being in a space where they desire to be able to reach this point, I do feel like a harmony within your connection, where things are stable, where things feel more so like they are on even ground. I do feel like with this Ten of Cups showing up over here, This does also feel like this person being in a space where there's a desire for being able to have a connection that feels like it's going to the next level. It does feel like it is more self-fulfilling, and I do feel like there could actually be something about this connection that is quite strongly fulfilling on an emotional level especially. And I do feel like also the connection may also be one that's rooted in something quite genuine. And with the Six of Cups, this also feels like an energy of being able to have that sense of being in a connection where it feels like somebody has, it's like they have a bias for you, because I feel a sense of having a sweet spot for you. So I'm going to clarify these cards. So you've got the Page of Swords. We have the Three of Pentacles. And we have the Ace of Cups. At the bottom of the deck, we have the High Priestess showing up in the reverse. You have some more Cancer energy, could be dealing with a Cancer as well. So with this High Priestess showing up here in the reverse, this feels like an energy of somebody who's being quite open. I do feel like also a sense of being in a position where somebody is also, I do feel like there's a sense of being able to be open where a person perhaps before was more so keeping a lot to themselves. I do feel like being a very reserved energy. This card in the reverse does feel like an energy of someone being open, somebody being able to let you in. And I do feel like with the High Priestess also, this does feel like an energy of being able to experience, being able to, I do feel like when it comes to your intuition, when it comes to a person, or when it comes to a situation, it is on point. So with this card showing up in the reverse, this does feel like a almost like a sense of being in a space of being cautious to be able to listen to your intuition. I do feel like your gut feeling is leading you right. I do feel like with the Page of Swords showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of somebody who's in a space where I do feel like there's a desire for being able to have open communication. So I do feel like there is a sense of expressing that somebody is feeling comfortable to be able to do. I do feel like with this Page of Swords showing up here, this also feels like an energy of somebody who's in a space where you do feel like this person wants to be able to communicate with you. They want to reach out. So I do feel like they do that. But I do feel like with the Page of Swords, this may actually be a sense of this person being in a space of doing it subtly when it comes to trying to get your attention, to be able to engage with you. I do feel like though this does seem like a same energy of a person who's quite interested in you right now, wanting to be able to have communication, communicate something to you, reach out to you. I do feel like that is present, but I do feel like with this Knight of Swords showing up in the reverse, this person, I do feel like they're taking it slow. And I do feel like it's in a way that is more so productive to their intentions. But with this Three of Pentacles showing up under this Nine of Wands, this feels like an energy of being able to experience, being able to work together with someone. This also feels like an energy of being able to make something work with somebody. I do feel like there's a lot of potential for being able to make things work. And I do feel like with this Three of Pentacles showing up over here, this also feels like an energy of being in a space where I feel like somebody is really noticing you. I do feel like this is a sense of someone also being in a space where with this Nine of Wands, this feels like an energy of being in a space of doing a lot or taking on a lot on your own. But with this Three of Pentacles, this feels like an energy of support, being able to work together. There's a sense of acknowledging where someone can help you and taking that initiative to be able to kind of bear that load, shoulder that load with you. Do you feel like with this Three of Pentacles, this feels like also an energy of being able to have a connection or a working collaboration with somebody in the workspace, or when it comes to being able to work on something together? And I do feel like even as far as a relationship, this feels like also having that partnership that feels like good teamwork. I do feel like with the Ace of Cups showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of being open with someone. Emotionally, I do feel like there could actually be an energy of being able to have a connection where it feels like you are growing closer together as far as your emotional bond. And I do also feel that with this Ace of Cups, this feels like a spiritual energy too, and a deepening of that bond. And I do feel like with this Ace of Cups showing up underneath this Ten of Cups, this feels like a fulfilling emotional bond within a connection with someone. It does go quite deep, but I feel that there's a sense of being able to experience things going deeper and also opening up and being able to actually have that sense of the connection, being able to be one that is going deeper. It feels more fulfilling, especially on an emotional level. And I do feel that with the Six of Cups, this does also feel like an energy of having that soulmate like connection as well as someone, or that perceiving of your connection as one that has the potential to be that soulmate like one. This does feel like a sense of taking the connection quite seriously, taking you quite seriously. And I do also feel that when it comes to someone taking you quite seriously and your connection quite seriously, this Nine of Wands does feel like that energy is also reciprocated. So I'm going to clarify these cards. We have the Honeymoon card. We have the Engagement card. And we have the Playfulness card. So this Honeymoon card showing up over here, this does feel like a positive and pleasant time. I do feel like also as far as the energy that is also felt within this connection, I do feel like with the Honeymoon card showing up over here, this does also feel like being able to experience easier times, or getting that opportunity to experience what feels like a break within a connection. I do feel like this is pertaining to Ten of Cups as well. There's this energy of being able to experience what feels like a stable energy within your connection. And I do feel like also it feels quite pleasant, as far as also feeling like it is also fulfilling on a deep level. I do feel like with the Honeymoon card showing up over here, this also feels like an energy of being able to experience a trip on the horizon. And I do feel like being able to experience good times. I do feel like there's a desire for being able to make that offer, or things are headed there when it comes to being able to have memories created and experiences with this person. I do feel like with the Engagement card showing up over here, this feels like an energy of somebody who may be actually in a space where I do feel like there's a sense of wanting to be able to have and bring back an exciting energy to your connection. I do also feel that there's a sense of somebody who is in a space where they want to be able to have a commitment that's stronger within your connection as well. And with the Engagement card, this does feel like an energy of being able to experience being locked in with the connection more so. Do you feel like there is also a sense of somebody wanting to make a romantic gesture, wanting to make an offer, and I do feel like it's something quite exciting as well. And I do feel like with this Nine of Wands, this also feels like an energy of being in a space where the energy surrounding you right now is also one that is reaching that turning point where it feels like things are, I do feel like the energies are lifting, as far as being able to experience a lighter energy, as far as opposed to a heaviness that Nine of Wands does feel like. I do feel like there's a sense of also being able to experience a supportive energy in the people who are around you and being able to support you. I do feel like with the Playfulness card showing up over here, it feels like a light-hearted energy. And also, I do feel like there's a sense of being able to experience that light-hearted energy within a connection with someone, where it does feel like there could actually be a lot of good times, as far as also sharing in someone's company feels very enjoyable. There could be a lot of laughter. And also, for the Ten of Cups, this does feel like local energy. So I do feel like as far as your surroundings also being in alignment with you in a way that feels quite fulfilling and does feel like it is also a good feeling. I do feel like with the Playfulness card showing up over here, this may also be a sense of being able to, do you feel like have and enter into a connection and starting things off on a very light-hearted note. But I do feel like it is also coming from a sincere place with that Ace of Cups. So those are the messages I'm getting with these cards for you, Cancer, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye, Cancer.